Well, today we're going to head down to the pig just because they got these here cool bags and pick us up some of these pork shoulder Western style ribs. Now we're going to call them country style ribs. And when you get them, make sure they come from the shoulder. You can get some from the loin, but it's a whole different cook. This here is just going to be a lot more forgiving because you can see it's full of fat. Well, let's go season them up with a Mississippi grit, a little bit of that Mojo barbecue, and some of this Gulf Coast smoke, Southern hospitality hot, because this here trio works out mighty fine in the flavor department. Get them rubbed down on all sides. Then we're just going to go outside and fire up the grill while they sweat in. I'm going to be cooking on the Outlaw. You cook on what you want to cook on. We're just going to try to do it indirect, because indirect is a lot easier than grilling. Alrighty, let's get her shut down. And when that Outlaw reaches 300 degrees or needle straight up, let's put these here country style ribs on the smoker. Now we're going to put the big end towards the fire. That way we don't singe the tips, because nothing's worse than a singed tip. And let these babies roll for about 45 minutes. Oh, by the way, we're using hickory for our smoke. Here we are 45 minutes in. These babies are looking good. They've got a great color. And looks like that may be going to have babies. I'm not sure. Well, let's flip them over. Make sure both sides get equal oven. And we're going to let them roll for another 45 minutes. While that's going, let's get inside. We're going to wrap these up, so we need to get that going. We're going to get us some Big Red. Why? Because it looked good sitting there on the shelf. Let me tell you, it works. A half a stick of butter, because that's what I had. And you thought I was going to waste that rub, because y'all say, oh, you waste a lot. You throw all that stuff away. But we didn't. We're going to use it in this here wrap. And might as well put a little barbecue sauce in there. So this Killer Hog vinegar sauce will work good. Maybe about a half a cup. Get her stirred up real nice and get her on the grill. That way she'll be warm when we're ready to wrap. And that will speed up the cooking process just a smidgen. Here we are at an hour and a half in. Telling you, those things look good enough to eat. But we fixing to get them super super tender. Let's get them in there. And once again, just like before, we got to show both sides equal oven, because that's what Mojo's about. Barbecue and love. That was kind of corny, but we'll go with that. Let's get her wrapped up. We're going to stick her back out here in the middle at 300 degrees for another hour. That should be long enough. Well, during that hour, we're going to make up a sauce. So get out your boiling bucket. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I can't take full credit for this one. It comes from this here Ted Reader, Hot and Sticky Barbecue. I picked up this little book the other day. And right here it is. White Trash BBQ Sauce. Now I'm using that as a guide. I'm kind of making it up my amounts as I go. So that there was 3 tablespoons lemon juice, a cup of ranch dressing, a cup of mayonnaise, a half a cup this here heavy whipping cream, and a half a cup of whole milk. Anything less than whole milk is just white water. Don't use it. Then we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro, because we love cilantro, and about 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme, chopped up. 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to run through the garlic press right here. That's just a little easier than me having to mince it up. Tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and just a smidgen of hot sauce. Use as much or as little as you like. Now we're going to get some fresh ground black pepper. You know I like using that peppercorn medley. And 2 smidgens of smoked salt. Now come back next week, and I may throw an extra video out there of how to smoke salt. Now to save you some money. You don't have to buy that expensive stuff. Give her a good mixing. Stick her over here on the eye. And we're going to let that roll for about 30 minutes at a simmer. Just make sure you keep her stirred up along the way. After an hour's up, this is what we're left with. A big old hot bucket of deliciousness. Let me tell you, them babies look good. And you know they're tender when that bone is about to pop out. Look at her there. all nice and red. And to show you a temperature, we're going to be setting right around 200 degrees. Basically, it's a pork butt. You cook it to the same temp. Let's get them back on that wire rack. And if you remember, if you've been here for the last few videos, I've ground up some rubs. So we're going to put that on there for a little finishing dust, a little extra flavor. Stick her back out on the smoker for, let's say, maybe 10 minutes. That'll give us time to make sure that this white sauce is flavored up right. Now let me tell you something. I hate mayonnaise. I hate ranch dressing. But this sauce is legit. No more Alabama white sauce for me. It's this White Trash BBQ sauce. It's awesome. Here we have it. That's what the pork looks like. All we can do now, as in any cut of meat, we're going to let it rest for about 10 minutes. And just to let you know, I once again messed up my one-man show operation. Gets excited, and I forgot to mash record. So, what I did, I mashed when I thought I was stopping. Anyway, just let me tell you, this right here is one of the best meals or best pork dishes I've cooked in quite a while. Tender, smoky, barbecuey, and that creamy white sauce is delicious. Mojo is out.